Well, yeah, it's Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Fry-yay. Happy Fun Friday to everybody. Today is May 22nd, 2020. This is season 3, episode 13 of Road to Happy Destiny. RTHD, baby. I am Coach Bear, Coach Glenn the Bear, coming to you from Casa 15 Hundo in Metairie, Louisiana. Hope you guys are excited about getting started with this Memorial Day weekend. I know we're in some different times right now, but I got to tell you, I'm excited about it. I hope you are as well. And let's go ahead and get ready to kick off this program today. We are on episode number 53 in total, 53 straight days of RTHD. And I got to tell you, I'm all jacked up. I hope you are as well. And let's start with our Serenity Prayer. Going to have an interesting twist on this and just a few shakes of a lamb's tail. If you're excited, think about how excited I am. I can't wait. Here we go. The Serenity Prayer, long version. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Keep that in mind for later. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as a pathway to peace, taking as Jesus did this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that you will make all things right if I surrender to your will, so that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with you forever in the next. Amen. And I ask you to pay attention to that first part, the part that most people know, because in the Advice for Me section, I'm going to include a little twist on that I'm excited to share with you all out there. So, hope your day is off to a good start. Now that we have the intro accomplished, let's go into our thoughts for today. Coming to you from my cousin Jeb in Lafayette, Louisiana. And we've got 2 for you today. So here we go. Without further ado, if you will. And I will. You heard me? Yeah, you're right, dog. Giddy up. Thought 1. When you judge another, you do not define them, you define yourself. And we speak a little bit about judging others on this program. It is something that I am working to try and practice, meaning not judging others, trying to worry about looking at this in the mirror and working on that. And really, it's not for me to judge anyway. So, when you judge another, you're not really judging them. You're kind of defining yourself. You're kind of talking about yourself a little bit there. If you don't like that I just mentioned that, I'll speak for me. I'm saying a lot about me if I'm sitting there in judgment of other people, especially if I'm in a group or a small group or just with another person and I'm making comments about this person or that person. So that's a good thought for me to keep in mind on a daily basis. And I'm glad that was one of our thoughts. Thought number 2 for today. Think of yourself and let others... Wrong. Think for yourself and let others enjoy the privilege of doing so too. All right? Once again, we got to think for ourselves. We got to do what we think is best for us, and what is best for us becomes better for those around us, right? So think for yourselves, and if other people want to think for you, well, I mean, that's their prerogative, right? But I've got to work on thinking for me and what's going to make me happy and what I think is best for me, and not in a selfish way, but what's best for me may be better for those that are close to me, right? Family members and close friends. So I know this, if I make this happy, it's gonna radiate to other people that I surround myself with. So I like those thoughts for today. Those thoughts are going to be included in the program later on as well, and you just wait and see. All right, from our 24 Hours a Day book, Reflection and Meditation, our reflection for today. There is power, strength, safety, and life in numbers. So there is power, strength, safety, and life in numbers. Much greater than working alone or being alone, right? All those things that we can accomplish so much better as a group than as individuals, or even a group of individuals not working for a common goal. So I've mentioned this before. The reason why I want so many people to come along with me in this journey, okay, on this ride, we riding? Well, I'm with you, homie, is because there is a lot of strength and safety in numbers, okay? There is a lot of power and life in numbers. At least I feel that way, which is why I'm hoping that this program I know it's affecting me, and I hope that it's affecting others in a positive way, and that we are all on this road to happy destiny, this RTHD, if you will. All right, our meditation for today. Once convinced of the right of a course of action, claim all of the strength that you need to meet any situation. So once you're convinced of a path is a healthy path, a good path, a path that should be followed and continued, right? Once you're convinced of all that, and in your heart of hearts, in your mind of minds, okay, you are in that, you should feel a certain strength, if you will, to take that on, right? To make any situation a situation where you can grasp it and tackle it, if you will, and overcome it or carry it to a higher, positive, stronger place. So, those are our thoughts, reflection, meditation for today. And before we go into action, I'd like to flip the script just a bit and go with the advice for me. And if it's advice for you, giddy up. All right, here we go. 2 pieces of advice for me. I read on the Facebook page of a Facebook friend of mine, Jennifer CD, and I like both, but the second one's what I've been kind of teasing about up to this point. All right, first piece of advice for me. You cannot heal in the same environment where you got sick. That's good advice for me, right? If I've been having ups and downs over these last few years, then I certainly have to stop beating my head up against the wall and saying, wow, that really hurts. But I continue to beat my head up against the wall. So if I'm looking to fully heal myself, okay, and work from inside out, then what I need to do is take this advice, and I can't heal in that same environment. I can't put myself in the same types of situations where it's going to be impossible for me to heal. So I need to stop beating my head against the wall. And I use that a lot when I'm coaching, telling or instructing players, that, hey, if you're continuing to get to this point and you're meeting an obstacle getting there, but you're doing it the exact same way every single time, and that's what's leading to the stoppage in action, well, stop beating your head up against the wall and make that change. So what's the change in this piece of advice? Change the environment. All right, here we go. Second piece of advice, a little play on the beginning portion of the Serenity Prayer. I really like this, so see if you like it as well. God, grant me the serenity to accept the people I cannot change, the courage to change the one I can, and the wisdom to know that it is me, right? That's the only person I can change. So I like that little twist on the Serenity Prayer, and I'm going to take that advice for me. I hope you like it as well. Remember, we talk all the time about us not being able to change other people, right? Well, if there's only one person that I can change, and I need to understand that that one person is me, that's where I need to start. That's where I need to stay. That's where I need to continue, right? So I really like that a lot. I hope you did as well. Now, let's do it. Grab your handy dandy Into Action notebook, grab a writing utensil, and let's go ahead and dive into action on this Friday, the beginning of Memorial Day weekend. All right, brand spanking new page would be in order, I think. So get to that spot and let's write down our 3 categories, our 3 columns that we want to dive into action today. All right. Our topics for today are 1, gratitude. What are you grateful for today? All right. 2, think or thinking for me, right? How am I going to think for myself today? How are you going to think for yourself today for a positive direction, right? So I mentioned earlier in the show about thinking for yourself, right? So how are you going to think for yourself today? And 3, all right, we have healing. And we just talked about healing in that first piece of advice, right? Where you cannot heal in the same environment where you got sick. So if there's any aspect of you that you need to work on healing, what can you or how can you work on that today into action to help you heal that problem, situation, difficulty, whatever the case may be. Okay? So, why don't you dive into action on your page as I share with you my thoughts for today's Into Action. So for me, gratitude. What am I grateful for today? I am grateful for one of my best friends in the entire world, a guy that I've known since I was 6 years old. We are a month apart in birthdays and have known each other for 46 years, right? Maybe a little over that. My friend Dirk is from the circus, and his girlfriend, Christy. These two, from time to time, all of a sudden I'll get a package at my house that came from them. And, it's very inspirational things that I appreciate and I am grateful for, and grateful to have the opportunity to read or listen to these things that they send me. So I am grateful, especially grateful today for Dirk and Christy. So thank you all very much for your kind gifts, and they will definitely be used and come in handy for me as I continue on this road to happy destiny. So thanks again for that. And what are you grateful for? All right. The middle portion of Into Action today, thinking for me. Okay. So here's what I came up with for myself in this area today. I've got to do what makes me happy. Whether people think I should be continuing with this show or not, whether people are still watching or nobody's watching, it makes me happy. So I can't be concerned with what other people think. There are days, especially in the last week, 2 weeks, where I've said, I may not do a show today. I don't know how many people are really tuning in. I don't know how many people are really spreading the word. Is it worth it? And that would be not thinking for me. That would be letting other people think for me. When I listen to people that say, he only does that show because he's an egomaniac, or he does that show because he just likes to see himself on YouTube and Facebook, or nobody's watching it anyway. Well, you know what? The reason why I started this show is because it makes me happy and it helps me to live RTHD, Road to Happy Destiny. So, you know what? I'm going to think for me. I'm doing the show right now, obviously. And, no matter what career path comes up in the next couple of days or weeks, if I think it's going to make me happy, whether other people think it's the right fit for me or not, if I think it is, I'm going to do it. So, thinking for me today, what makes me happy? That's what I'm doing. How about yourself? All right? And then healing. I've often heard in order to heal, you've got to change people, places, and things. Change the people that you are around, places that you go, and things that you do, right? To some degree, to a large degree, that is really good advice and good information. For me to be in a healing process to kind of take that advice, right? But, I can also learn from people that aren't doing the right thing just as well as I can learn from people that are doing the right thing. So for me, in my healing, what I need to do is do what is making me comfortable right now and making me happy right now. And what is making me comfortable right now is following my daily routine. What is making me happy right now is doing this show, this program, this series, these episodes of RTHD on a daily basis. And that's what I've got to do for me each and every day to continue the healing process. And, I am thankful for the opportunity to do this. And I hope people out there are getting something from it. I know I am, because I am healing a little bit each and every day. So how are you going to be working on healing for you today and in the future? All right. Well, I'm going to start wrapping this show up for today. I'm very excited about the weekend, Memorial Day weekend. I hope you're looking forward to it as well. Please be careful and be safe out there. Let's go into our final thought for today. Secrets and lies kill relationships. What's done in darkness always comes to light. Interesting. Think about that, right? Think about that. And so that did make me think about secrets and lies and being in the dark and things coming to light. So I do like that final thought for us today. Once again, if you could help RTHD out in any way, shape, or form by subscribing to the YouTube channel, by encouraging others to subscribe to the YouTube channel, please, I'm asking you, do so. Facebook-wise, please like, comment, share, and I thank everyone for all they do for RTHD on a daily basis. This is my road to happy destiny. Hey, I'm going to remind you once again, be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Go out and be happy, joyous, and free in gratitude and into action. Have a wonderful Friday. I'll see you all tomorrow on this Memorial Day weekend. Have a great one. Love you all so much. And giddy up. Peace.